Hi everyone. These next couple games have a bug slash recording problem. As you can see on the left, there's this black bar because I accidentally moved it on OBS. So I'll be moving through this game rather quickly. It's just I wanted to show off a couple things. So I played significantly better this game than I did last game on Fields of Isis. Hey, I'm grabbing the reclaim this time. I'm sure I'll make good use of it. Look, I know this overflow is really bad, but I promise I did play better this game than last time on Fields of Isis. Here I even do a little arty drop, which works out alright. So like last game, my opponent's been mostly confined to the inside of his base. But unlike last game, he has a massive fucking army. So my opponent here decides to throw out the GG, which is probably a bad sign. It likely means that I'm about to get... I may have played better, but my opponent was much better this game than it was last time on Fields. So that means I've taken my first loss on ladder since I've come back. This game was interesting enough that I wanted to show it off, even though the black bar's in this game as well. A big part of why this game's interesting is that it takes place on high noon, which I don't think I've played on before. It's a 10x10 map with this water way in the middle. Yeah, you see right here. So this means that standard land spam won't work as well here. Anyway, these black bars are annoying me, so I'll just fix it now. And there I go, I fixed it. Hooray! Except, not really. This is actually the replay. I can look at both sides if I want, but I think we're going to stick to just looking from my perspective. Air Scout spots the enemy ACU on my side of the river, which is actually something I didn't even consider. I need to build some tanks and get my ACU to the front if I want to defend it. And if that wasn't enough, an enemy jester begins harassing my build power and my mexes. The jester ended up doing a significant amount of damage before I was able to stop it. Before I move in, I build a turret on the hill. The enemy ACU on the other hand has decided to move up to build a factory up closer. So, I throw up even more turrets, next to my hydro. My ACU and some tanks are able to easily dispatch off the first factory now that it's undefended. Coco decides he doesn't like the look of things and heads back home. Oh, and I have some frigates up now. Okay, so as I mentioned before, standard land spam will not work, so the plan is to go Tech 2 land and build an army of Riptide hover tanks. Looks like my opponent's got Tech 2 air. They've built Corsairs, so that's another thing I have to worry about. There's more jesters here as well, killing off my naval build power. Again, my interceptors have no problem dealing with it before it gets too out of hand. Radar spots some land units moving near the top of my island. This certainly makes me suspicious. I suspect a land factory's up there somewhere. I move up both the land units I have and the frigates I have to try and deal with this. When I chase down some Corsairs here, I end up in a major air engagement. Looks like I've now lost air. The factory on my island's been spotted, and the frigates are easily able to take out the land units. So now the land units are able to come in and finish off the factory without any trouble. Looks like the Riptides are starting to come online. The radar spots this air attack and I'm able to move quickly to intercept. Unfortunately I lose a factory in the fight, but the Corsairs don't get a second pass. And now, I have air control. My bottom mexes are being taken out by what seems to be Tech 2 Navy, and I don't really have any way to deal with it. This swarm of frigates might have a chance, but who knows. I now have a nice group of Riptides. I start splitting them up to get a bunch of different raids on the enemy mexes. This firebase at the front of Coker's Island looked pretty weak, so I sent in a bunch of my frigates and some Riptides to clean it up. And now it's time for the Riptides to cause some havoc. I'm still having Navy problems. These subs are making it hard to get a Navy going. This Salem tries to walk on land to cause some havoc, but I have some gunships that are able to take care of it. Without any Tech 2 to help them, these frigates don't stand much of a chance. I try sending them in to do some damage, but in the end they just die. The 2 destroyers I managed to get up are quickly dealt with, leaving the hover tanks as the only thing that can attack this navy. Compared to navy units, hover tanks are pretty slow, so this might take a while. The navy's eventually dealt with, but not before my last naval yard goes down. Wait, what's that over at my base? Oh, it's just a brick. For a second there I thought it was a monkey lord, which I'm pretty sure I saw in the enemy base being constructed, so yeah, it's just a brick. No big deal. Of course, a brick is actually still hard to deal with. I don't have any Tech 3. So my ACU begins moving on it while I begin construction of our energy storage. I move my ACU back a bit here to wait for the energy storage to finish up. Okay, now that the brick's dealt with, my base is defended. Oh wait. Never mind. Yeah, I thought this might be how I die. Okay, that's the end of this episode. Yeah. The next episode should be out in a couple of weeks, so I hope to see you then. No promises though.